if the market starts from this area by moving to the upside, this is the first lower point, this is the second lower point. Welcome to the trading focus once again, guys. Welcome to the lesson 16. There are traders constantly making money in the forex trading by using trend lines. That's why our today's video we are going to explain what the trend line is, how to use the trend lines, how do trend lines helps us to know the direction of the market, how to use trend lines as an entry to buy or sell in the market, how the trend lines gives us a signal that the market is going to change, the direction of the market is going to reverse. Everything you need about trend lines to make money in the forex market is in this video. Okay guys, that sounds interesting. We'll be back in our lesson 16, trend lines. Okay guys, again, subscribe on the channel, like the video, leave a comment below, and let's go together. Welcome back again to our lesson 16, trend lines. First and first, what is a trend line? Trend lines are lines that are drawn to connect the peaks that are formed by upswings or the troughs that are formed by downswings to help you identify where the trend is going. So the trend lines connect the peaks from the upside and connect the lower point from the downside to show you the direction of the market or to confirm the trend. So for example, when we are talking about the swing highs and swing lows, remember when the market is moving up, makes higher highs and higher lows, we explained in our previous videos in the trend. When we are moving to the upside, we are making higher highs and higher lows. The high we make, remember, when we make a higher high, that higher high is a downswing because that's where we move from to make a higher low where we buy from the upswing. Okay, we give an examples on the chart. So what do you need to confirm that your trend lines is showing you the direction of the market or confirming the trend, uptrend or the downtrend? Okay, what you need is you need the minimum of 2 peaks to draw downtrend line. Okay, when you are moving down, you need 2 peaks. By connecting with the trend line, when in the uptrend, you need 2 troughs to draw an uptrend line. We see that in the minutes on our chart with examples. Okay, let's start with this example. Like for example, in the uptrend, that's where the trend line have to be drawn. Okay, if the market starts from this area by moving to the upside, this is the first lower point, this is the second lower point. All these 2 points confirms that we are in the uptrend. Okay, so that's why you are calling it the uptrend line, which is a support where all these lower points are support. Remember in our previous videos about the support and resistance. So these are all support where we connect with this trend line to confirm the uptrend. Okay, so let's take a look also example on the downtrend. Here the market is moving down by making a lower low and lower high. On the lower high, this is a first this is a first peak. On the second lower high, that's where we found the second peak where we confirm that we are going in the downtrend. That's how the trend line is going to help you to confirm that we are going to the downside, or you are taking a sell from this area from resistance. Okay, so we see all about that in the minute on our chart. Okay, before jumping to the chart, we take a look on all examples, but the question is, let's say the market is moving up. Okay, high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. The market is moving up. Remember, when we are connecting the trend line from the down area, we are connecting these lows. So means that the first confirmation we have to confirm that we are in the uptrend is to connect these 2 first lows. Okay, do like this. So now we have 1, 2. So and then after that, as the market keep moving up, we end up crossing a trend line, means we intersected. The market crossed this trend line And then, are we still in the uptrend? What does that mean? So all of that one we are going to explain in the market. The sign after the market crossing the trend line, whether in the uptrend or the downtrend. Okay, let's jump straight now on the chart and see how we can identify and take those opportunities to confirm if we are going to sell or buy in the market. Okay, now let's go together with this example. Okay, so let's start from this side. The market was moving up and we ended up rejecting from this area as a sign of reversal. Why? Because we have rejected multiple times from this resistance, and also we are rejecting from this downside where we confirm that we are in the consolidation. So we are waiting for the breakout. If we break out from the upside to the downside, that's where we start thinking about making lower lows and lower high to confirm that we are in the downtrend. So how are you going to take this opportunity and use the trend lines to confirm the downside? Okay, let's first see if we are breaking out from this consolidation to the upside or the downside. Okay, now let's press out and see what happened. The market is moving down. So now we broke from this previous low, which means that we made a lower low because we broke the previous this previous low. Let's see what happened next. Okay, now we are trying to pull back. If we connect this peak with this one, I don't know if they are connecting well, because let's see, try to connect with this one, they are not connecting, so we have to wait for a good pullback to connect with the trend line so that we can confirm that we are moving to the downside. Remember, even when we are moving in the downside, to find the entries, we need the support to turn into resistance with a medium pullback. Remember in our previous lesson about the pullbacks, if we don't make that, means that we are waiting for a small pullback where we don't come and retest from previous low, where support turn into resistance so that we can enter from there. So let's see what the market is gonna give us. Let's see, I need a good peak. Okay, now we are rejecting from this area by making lower high. Let's see if we can connect with a trend line and we get two peaks to confirm that we are going in the downtrend. Okay, we have now, yes, we are in the downtrend now. This lower high confirms that we are in the downtrend. So what am I looking for? This is what I was talking about in the question. I need the market to stay below this trend line. If the market stay below the trend line, remember this trend line is act as a resistance. So I need the market to stay below the trend line to confirm that is a downtrend continuation. So let's see if the market stay below the trend line. Okay, moving down, still down the trend line. Let's see as we keep moving down. Okay, let's see. Okay, we started rejecting from there, this area. This is a consolidation. Remember, we have a resistance. I'm not going to skip anything. I have to go together, because when you are going to enter in the market, you have to look on everything so that you get a stronger confirmation. So we have this rejection from downside. Is it a sign of reversing to the upside? We don't know until we start breaking above the trend lines. Or if we stay below the trend lines and break below this area, means if we break below this area, means is a trend continuation to the downside. Okay, or is a downtrend continuation. So let's see if the market is going to break across the trend line to the upside, or we are going to continue below the trend line to go downside. Okay, let's see. Now we end up crossing the trend line as a sign of reversal. So this is not only the confirmation that we changed the direction. Remember, we have this area act as a what? As a resistance, which can turn into support. That is the first thing to confirm that if we make a pullback to this area, we can create a support to enter from, which will be a movement for a higher high. Okay, if we don't get that, we need the market to stay above this trend line to confirm that our sign of change of the direction of the market is still there. Okay, let's see what happened. Now the market comes very well and rejecting from our resistance, which can turn into support, but I'm waiting for the confirmation of the candle. Okay, even remember in our previous lessons we talked about the candlesticks buying and selling pressure. So now the market starting rejecting from this area as a sign of buying pressure. Let's wait and see if we can get a bullish candle to confirm that we are going to the upside. Okay, now we have this candle which is bullish where I can enter from, but still now I have to even to look for the other facts. So we are staying above this trend line. We got a rejection from this area where we can enter from for buy. Yes, where are we going to set our stop loss? The stop loss have to go below the previous one, the previous low. Which previous low do we have here? Is this area. Have to go below our previous area. The first area we have here is this one. Okay, so can we enter from here and we take our buy? Okay, if you decide to enter from this area by saying that the market is reversing to the upside, let's enter from here and see what the market is gonna give us. Stop loss is below this candle. This candle, we are expecting the market to move up. So this is a chart pattern. The chart patterns that we are going to be explaining them in our next video. Next lesson will be chart patterns. Okay, let's say we want to enter from that area and your target at least will be, can we get kicked out or can we keep moving up by trusting this support to enter for the higher high? Why am I saying it's a higher high? This is what happened. The market broke up this area by breaking from this resistance, which is a higher high, to a higher low to move for a higher high. Can we go with that confirmation to confirm buying entry? Okay, so let's see what happened. Now the market will end up losing the trade. Okay, we have to keep waiting for the next opportunity because we are still rejecting from what? We are still rejecting from this trend line. We are still above this trend line. Okay, let's see what we have now. Okay, we are still above the trend line. Okay, let's see what we are forming. Also, we are rejecting from this area from support as a sign of reversal. We still have an opportunity to take a second chance. Okay, so we are still rejecting from there. Okay, now this is another opportunity we are looking for. Remember, we are still above these trend lines. To confirm that we are going in the upside, this is what we are looking for. So if the market is moving down like this, as making a lows and lower highs, okay, if we get a sign of change of the direction to the upside, we need to start making a higher highs and higher low to confirm that we are now changing the direction to the upside. Okay, so this is what we are looking for. This is a trend line from this area. So we crossed a trend line. So, and this previous resistance start becoming support so that we can confirm now to go for buy and start making it. This will be a high, higher low to go for the higher high, and then you enter from this area to go for the higher high. That's what we are looking for in our example now. This is what we want to see also again. Okay, what are we looking for here? We are looking for everything give us a fact that we are going to the upside. Okay, we have what? We want the previous resistance to turn into support. Okay, now we have this resistance. This is the first resistance from this area. We have also the second resistance. Okay, here this is a resistance because the market rejected from these areas and also rejected from this area. What do I mean by that? By drawing these resistances, I want them to become support. So now I have two options to enter from. I have two entries. If the market pulls back from this area, so I will be looking for what? I will be looking for buy but enter from either this area or this area. All of these are entries to go for buy. If I enter from this area and my stop loss will be closer somewhere and get kicked out again, I will regret that because I have the second entry here where the market can turn the direction even to go for the upside, and even that's where I can also draw my trend line and end up with the second low because we already have the first low. Remember, this is the first low. Okay, so now I'm waiting for the second low to connect with the first low as a confirmation that we are going to the upside, and even I'm waiting for the retest from this area, this resistance area, to become support. Okay, so let's see now the market how it's gonna play this. Okay, let's see, we're rejecting from there, we are now coming. Okay, we didn't touch on it, we go down and then we get a second entry. That's where we can enter from. This is a very good opportunity because we are now having a good area to set a stop loss. Okay, so I have two options here with the stop loss. Okay, the stop loss will be below this area or even below the previous stronger low. For the swing traders who are looking to hold for long the market, their stop losses are below the stronger zone, which is very safe, because if we start breaking below this zone, the market will be also changing the direction to continue to the downside. Okay, so I have two options to set a stop loss here or below this area. What am I gonna decide from here? Let me take an entry for buy. Where is my target now? I'm gonna be targeting also my previous high. Okay, so again, what I was looking for was the second peak. So what I was looking for is the confirmation of the second low. That's where I'm going to take my trend line. That's where I'm gonna draw my trend line from the first peak to the second peak, because I have two low areas or support areas. So now I can enter and confirm that we are going to the upside. My stop loss will be now below this previous low because I'm entering above the what? The trend line, and my stop loss have to be below the trend line. So now I have an opportunity to move to the upside after the confirmation of two lows. Okay, so I need the market again to stay above the what? I need the market to stay above this trend line until I get to my target. Okay, let's now see what happened. Okay, now the market start by moving up. We are still above the trend lines. We are doing so well, moving above the trend lines, and we end up getting to our target very well, staying above the trend lines, which is a sign of a trend continuation. So guys, that's how we use the trend lines to confirm the direction of the market. Let's talk about the fake out. A fake out is when the market is we are in the downtrend and we are making lower low and lower highs, and we are going to use the trend line, and we end up breaking above the trend line as a sign that we are going to change the direction of the market. And then after that, we get back below the trend line and we continue in the same direction. What is the sign of that fake out? Okay, so let's use our previous example as we've been crossing this trend line as a signal to the upside. Okay, so now let's say that we broke above this, let's say we broke above this trend line. If we wanted to enter from this area, it would be entered from here as you broke out, and your stop loss would be bigger because you cannot set it here. If you set it here and the market come back, we kick you out of the market, and your target will be at least in this area. As you get closer to the market, to your target, we get stopped out and the market pulls back and hit your stop loss. If again you set a stop loss below this area, that stop loss will be so big compared to the target. Okay, even if the market changed the direction to the upside, but you didn't get a better confirmation to enter in an area where you can get where your stop loss is small. Remember, when we are in the market, you have to make sure the profit is bigger than your loss. That's how we do this business. Okay, you have to minimize your losses and gain more than those losses. Okay, so going back to our notes, we answered the question with when the trend lines intersected. That could mean that the trend has now changed. We talked about that and I showed that in those examples. And also that could mean, for example, from the uptrend to the downtrend. So this could mean that only false breakout and price will soon head back in the original direction. That's what I was talking about, the false breakout or fake out, where we are expecting the market to continue in the direction and the market breaks out the trend line and you start thinking about you are going to change the direction, and then the market back below that trend line when you are moving the downtrend and continue to the downside. So thank you so much for your time. Until next time, take care and be safe.